Hi everyone! Welcome to what I think is gonna be my first ever YouTube video, and it's gonna be, I guess, like a late 2026 collection flip through. I've been into K-pop since 2016, but I only started collecting in 2020, though my collection isn't huge. These are literally all of my binders that I have. They're all like A5 size. I think let's start maybe with my smallest and also newest collection. So this tiny little like single binder is my Chuu collection, Chuu from Luna. I actually wasn't a Luna stan when they were still a group. I knew some of their music, but I never really got into them. But after Chuu became a solo artist, especially last year with Only Cry in the Rain, I really fell in love with her music. And I was just like, you know what? Yeah, let me collect her. It's a pretty slow collection for me. I find it quite hard to collect, especially because I'm usually only looking to collect her cards, like buy them from someone. And I prefer people who are like in Europe as I am. So this collection so far is pretty slowly growing, but it is pretty cute. I also decided to only collect her from Only Cry in the Rain, since that's like the era that I became a fan of her. So we have 4 cards from the first version. This is the blue back, I think. Yes. So I left 1 space for the 5th card because each version has 5 cards. And then I have 3 cards from the other version. So I left a whole page here to fill. And then from EXO My Cyber Love, we only have 1 card from, I don't know what the version is called. It's the album where you get the little bag and the little charm for the bag. So this is my tiny little Chuu collection, but you know, if it was easier to collect her, I probably would have her in a bigger binder, but we only have this many cards right now, so she fits into this little tiny one. So this is Baekhyun from EXO, and at this point, honestly, he's borderline a solo artist. Like, I would say he probably is not gonna ever do anything with EXO or under SM again. So this binder is basically kind of like an finished archived collection. It's almost done. And it's Baekhyun under SM. So this is all of his EXO cards, all of his solo projects when he was still under SM, and all of his CBX cards. I only collect his like Korean photo cards. I don't collect any Japanese stuff, and I'm very picky about like concept pictures or concept photo cards. I mostly prefer the selfie ones. So yeah, this is the very first like 2 eras where I'm missing 2 cards, which if you collect EXO or Baekhyun in any sort of way, you will know that these 2 cards are notoriously hard to find and pretty expensive at this point, because these are 14-year-old photo cards at this point. Yeah, I've been collecting Baekhyun since 2016 when I became a fan, so 10 years at this point. But in the very early stages before I like joined Instagram for trading, I would usually just try to find people IRL where I live and trade with them. And then in 2020, when I properly got into collecting, I fully went back and collected. So yeah, this exact from here is when I started buying EXO albums, because I became a fan during Monster era. And I think for this whole collection, I'm missing like maybe 8 cards. So that's why it's in like its own binder, because like my second Baekhyun binder is like his solo stuff now under his own company. And I wanted to separate them because these cards that I'm missing here are kind of harder to find. And it's like a much more slower process than his like very recent stuff. So this is in its own binder so that I just don't like have to go through and flip through these pages every single time that I want to add a card to my Baekhyun collection. Yeah, and these are the most recent comebacks. As I said in the beginning, I've been collecting quite sporadically. I began in 2020, but I took like an almost 3-year, yeah, I think almost a 3-year break during like Baekhyun's enlistment, and like I also lived abroad for 2 years, so I obviously didn't bring all of this stuff with me. And now we have his CBX stuff. Oh, and this is actually from Delight, but it honestly didn't fit anywhere else, so I just put it here. Yeah, now we have his solo projects. And then the Kinos. And then these are, honestly, I just sorted it like based on the concepts and the backs. But yeah, this is my longest running collection. That's why it's, I guess, the most complete, I would say. Yeah, for his solo stuff, I'm missing one single photo card. It's the one from Bambi with the purple background. Yeah, and these are like the, I guess, concept or like ID cards that have been in his albums. I don't really care about ID cards or concept pictures, photo cards. You'll see that in my other collections as well. I only really collect like concept photo cards or ID cards if I've already like pulled them from an album. Then I'll try to like fit them into my collection, but I like don't go out of my way to buy them usually, unless they would like fill a space that I need filled out. So now my like active Baekhyun binder. We have this one, and this one is a lot smaller. It only houses Hello World and the newest Essence of Reverie. Well, newest, it's like a year old. Yeah, I'm almost done with Hello World. I'm waiting for a few cards to arrive, and then I think I'm only missing like 4 cards, which is honestly kind of impressive because it had 3 versions, each with 8 photo cards, and then that like pineapple version where, thank God, Baekhyun gave us all 4 photo cards in that version, because I genuinely don't know who would go and buy that like multiple times. So yeah, this is like each page, because it's 8 per version, so each page is a version. So this is the, I think this is the Hello version. And this is the world version, maybe? Basically red back, green back. And then this is the folder version, I think it's what it's called. And then this is from the pineapple version, the special version, I guess. And on the other side, I combined it with the Guru Jam version, which is for Essence of Reverie, where surprisingly, we didn't get all 4 photo cards for this version, even though it's a plushy version that was literally like probably like 30-40 euros in my country. So I genuinely don't know how I was able to already collect 3 out of 4 of these, but somehow I managed to without overpaying for any of these cards. And then we have Essence of Reverie, where I'm missing 1 single card, but it's on the way, so we're basically done with this. And then we have the Cursed Kiwi version, where we got 10 photo cards, and each version came with 1. So I only have 2 out of 10. That's why it's all these empty pages at the back. But, and also people are not really selling these for cheap. Like, I think I mostly see these for like 5 to 8 euros, sometimes even more. So this will be very slowly growing. But yeah, that's my Baekhyun collection. I do have some of his pobs like on the way, but I don't necessarily collect pobs. I just kind of buy, if I see them on sale and they're really cute, then I buy them. But I have like a specific pob binder for them, so they wouldn't go in this binder anyways. And now my last collection, which I think is the biggest collection as well, is Uyong from Ateez. This is split into basically eras where I wasn't an 18 so this is all back collecting stuff. And then I have a binder for eras where I already was an 18 so that's like more, I guess, active collecting and more thoroughly collecting. You'll see that these are not all of his cards from these eras. I usually collect so that it fits in a page or like a layout. So if an era, for example, like Outlaw, which was insane because it has literally like 20 photo cards, I'm not collecting all of that. Like I will usually just go off of the template and like choose like a page or 2 pages to represent that era and collect those. So you'll see these very, very early eras are quite empty. And then once we get a bit more recent, it is more filled out. Oh yeah, this is Outlaw, like I was saying. So Outlaw actually has 3 pages, but honestly that's because I already had a lot of these cards when I was making this binder. And then we have Episode Final Will, which I mostly completed. And then we have Golden Hour Part 1, where I collected kind of just like matching outfits. It's just 2 pages of matching outfits. And that's it for this binder. We have this pink binder, which actually is somewhat decorated. Wow. And also I wanted to add this one. Someone gave it to me in a trade, and this is like my favorite Uyong look ever. Where do I put it? Oh my god. Maybe I should have done this on my own. Would it like hold here? I don't think so. Well, we'll see. So this is Golden Hour Part 2, 3 plus In Your Fantasy, and 4, which is the most current era. So for Golden Hour Part 2, I actually have most of it. I'm missing, funnily enough, I'm missing 1 card from each outfit. So he has 6 cards in this outfit with the little rose, so I'm missing 1 from the digipack. Then he has 6 cards with the glasses. Wait. No, he's not wearing glasses here. No, wait, he is. Yeah, he is. I just didn't see that. He is. So I'm missing 1 here. And then for the like black outfit, I'm missing 1 as well. And then we have Lemon Drop or Golden Hour Part 3, which if you are an 18, you know this era was cursed. Everyone hates collecting this era. I didn't really even know how to put this in the binder because these are the polkas, because the normal album didn't even have photo cards. It just had that like credit card sticker, which I'm not collecting that and I'm not storing that, like, sorry. So I just have the 2 like concept pictures that I pulled out of the 4. And then we have the In Your Fantasy polkas, where I traded for these 3, and then I have the Polaroid photo card, I guess. And then we have, is this also the polka? Okay, now I'm confused. No, wait, yeah. This is the Golden Hour Part 3 polkas, and then these 2, where this one is on the way, these 2 are the Golden Hour Part 3 In Your Fantasy repackaged polka photo cards. And then this page is the limited edition version that they did, that everyone hates. So I have 2 out of 4. Yeah, these are surprisingly hard to find. So yeah, we'll see how long that will take me to collect. And then we have Golden Hour Part 4, where there's nothing really in here except for this card, which I actually pulled. And then one card I have on the way from a trade, but yeah. That should be around 12 cards for Golden Hour Part 4, I think. 12? Maybe 14. We'll see. We'll see how I decide to set that up in here. So yeah, that's my Wooyoung binder. I tried to keep things small for these like binders that I know will continue to grow. So that's why there's only a few pages in here, because this will grow in the next few years. So I wanted to keep a bit of space in here. And then my last binder is this cute little bunny. And this one has all of my pops. So I actually don't have any Chuu pops right now, but I know for sure I will buy some. Her pops are ridiculously cute. And then I have a few Baekhyun pops that I want to get, but mostly right now this is just Wooyoung. So I kind of created like a pop wish list for myself, but I know that if a card is really cute, I'll want it even if it's not on my wish list. So it's somewhat organized for eras. So these are like episode final will. No, this is Outlaw, and then episode final will. And then we start Golden Hour Part 1. I didn't want to back collect a lot of pops, and I also don't find too many of the very early ones that cute to buy and spend my money on. So it's mostly Golden Hour Part 1 and forward. Because also Golden Hour Part 1 and 2 had like my favorite Wooyoung styling ever. So a lot of these pops are very cute. Like for example, this one, love that one. Yeah, this one also so cute. I'm very picky with pops, and I'm also very picky with what I'm paying for pops. Some of these I got for literally like 4 or 5 euros. But yeah, I'm like, if a pop is over like 8, maybe 10 euros, if it's super cute, I will straight up just not buy it. So it's honestly a miracle that I even have this many pops to begin with, because they can be quite pricey, especially if you're back collecting them, and especially if it's like someone who has really cute pops like Wooyoung. Yeah, and then we have Golden Hour. This is part 3. I only have this one, but I know I want to get a few more, so I just left the page empty just in case. And then this is for Golden Hour Part 3 In Your Fantasy. I left this empty because if I ever see that one where Wooyoung is like eating a mushroom, or the magician one, that will go here. And yeah, and then because I'm crazy and I joined group orders for like 6 pops, this is all left empty because I know damn well I'll get more pops for this era. And then we have a little like miscellaneous Usan page. These are from the latest season greetings, and I wanted to get the other version, but I genuinely could not find anyone wanting to trade. So for now it's just the ID cards, and then they're like photo cards from the season greetings. And then this is like a miscellaneous merch card. Yeah, didn't know where else to put it, so it's just here at the end. And yeah, that's my whole K-pop photo card collection. It's not that big. There's one person that I'm thinking of collecting. I recently got really into NMIX. I love their music so much. But I don't know the members that well. That's my issue. I do think Haewon is my bias, but I would have to give it a bit more time to see if I really want to collect them, or if maybe I want to pick them up from like Blue Valentine onwards or something like that. But yeah. Also, ideally, of course, if I had more money, I would love to collect like my top 3 in Ateez, which is Woo San-hwa, Wooyoung Sung-hwa, and San. But yeah, not right now. But we'll see if in the future maybe I decide to expand my Ateez collection, maybe from like Golden Hour Part 4 onwards. who knows? We'll see. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you made it to the end, comment on who you collect, or if you also have a small collection like me. Small, just like 3 people. All right, bye bye.